Hey, Hazy, guess what?
What?
I shot a buck.
Oh.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Good.
Yeah, that's good. What were you eating last night?
Me?
Yeah, venison. It was our last package of venison we ate last night. Now we're gonna have more.
But when are you getting the deal?
In a little bit. Gotta give him some time. I snuck out of the woods, so I gotta give him a little bit of time. Make sure he expires and doesn't run off. I think it was a perfect shot, Hayes. I think it was like perfect. Right behind the shoulder, yep, and it almost like I thought he was gonna go down right in front of me. And then but then there's like a hill and he just took a step over the hill. But I think he went down right there. But we gotta go. It's time for school. Let's go. We are over 2 weeks into the bow season here in New York, and I haven't been out hunting once yet. I was away for work for a couple of weeks, so it's my first chance to get out. I'm by myself, so Josiah's not going to be around to film, but I got the GoPro, and I use my phone when I can. I have 3 hours till dark, so I'm really just going to get there, get changed, and hop up in the tree, and then I'll have all day to hunt tomorrow. Should see some deer moving around, and I am just super excited to actually be able to go out and hunt. And I will check in with you guys when I get all set up. Alright. I am heading into the stand a lot later than I want to be, but I'm here, and it's getting cold. It kind of feels like one of those nights where you see deer. I got a little bit of a walk ahead of me to get down to the stand. The wind's perfect to get up in as quick as possible. And then I'll show you guys what the setup looks like. It's the next morning now. Last night I ended up seeing 3 bucks actually. Pretty productive evening. Saw some deer, but no shooters. But so heading back into the stand this morning, and we'll check back in once we're set up. Just got into my stand, and you can see how light it is. It took me a while to get here because I had a nice buck out in the field, and I had the wind right. He didn't know what I was. He was coming towards me, so I just kind of hunkered down in the grass and was waiting. He got to probably 60 or 70 yards before he walked off and came down into the woods. It was really cool. So now we're set up in the stand, and we'll see what happens. Evening hunt on public land, and I just ran into another hunter who was coming in, shot a buck earlier this morning here, and he's just coming in to recover it. He decided to give it some time. It's pretty cool. It's a 6-pointer, but I'm gonna try to head in here quiet and make my way across through all the hardwoods to a field that's like a few hundred yards away. So check you out there. All right, I am heading back into the tree stand. I had a really good sit last night. Had a 8-pointer come in, a young 8-pointer that actually had one entire side broken off. Came in, I saw him sort of about 100 yards away or so, heading away from me. I grunted. He turned around and came right into me, ended up going right into my stand. I saw that he was young and had the broken off side and knew I was going to pass, so just had some fun with him. He came right past my tree stand and then went off about 20 yards. I grunted him back in. He came back in again. I'm heading right back to the same spot this morning. It is the coldest day of the fall so far. At 29 degrees right now, and the rut is just starting. I'm almost there. I'm gonna get up in the tree and then I'll check back in a little bit later than I wanted to be here. It's still about 35 minutes till light, but the sun's peeking out here. Talk to you soon. Alright, all set up. The sun's just starting to come up. It's freaking beautiful. So hopefully we're gonna get deer movement come from right in front of me. Come right up. There's some fields way down there. This is the same spot that I shot the buck last year. And it's November 2nd, so the season's been open for over a month. But this is only the second time I've hunted here. But this is usually a better morning spot. Okay. Meh. Smoked that buck. I don't know how good the GoPro footage is gonna be. After the shot, I think you could probably see pretty good because he was so close. It was probably 5 or 7 yard shot. I tried to show you, he almost went down only 20 yards away, 25 yards away. He was wobbling, and then he just took a couple steps and crested the hill where I can't see. So I didn't see him come out from behind the bottom of the hill. I think he's down right there. But obviously I'm gonna give it a while before I get up. Around here we have antler restrictions where you have to have at least 3 points on a side. And he does. I think he might be a 6-pointer or a 5-pointer. But it's 37, 38 days into the season, and I really want meat in the freezer. And there's a lot of deer here. I saw 4 bucks today, a bunch of does. The other day I saw 15 deer, so I'm okay with harvesting that deer. And I'm really excited to be able to put a good shot on him. I saw my shot, it was perfect. And he went down almost right away. I mean, I'm sure he's right there, so I couldn't be happier about that. Not a trophy buck in terms of antler size, but every deer I take I consider a trophy, and it's going to be delicious eating.
unfortunately, all we have is GoPro footage for today. Josiah was supposed to be here with me this morning, and it was going to be the first time that we were actually together to film the entire deer season. So far, our schedules have just not lined up at all. We've both been really busy with work, and on his way to my house last night, he was going to stay over and so get an early start. He actually caught the bug that his kids have had and got sick and had to turn around. I was actually getting sick and had to turn around and go. And so he's not here today. So it really stinks because the other bucks that I saw, and I got GoPro footage of one of them, so we'll show that for you right here. But he's like as a 4-pointer. He came right in basically on the same trail that this guy did. But too bad Josiah's not here to get some good footage. I'm pretty excited because I actually rattled this buck in, and I have really had no success doing that ever. I mean, I can't remember a time where I rattled it and had one come in, but I didn't see this guy, and I'm pretty much getting ready to pack up and get out of here. And I just decided to rattle a little bit, and not just 2-3 minutes later, he came right into me. That's pretty cool. I'd love to have shot a bigger buck. With the time I have to hunt, honestly, it's very limited. I get out when I can. Getting towards the end of the early bow season, I don't really know how much more time I was even be able to get out at all. And I really wanted to fill my tag and get some meat in the freezer because we don't have any. So I'm pretty happy. I'm really happy about the shot. It was just, last year with the buck that I harvested during bow season, I did not put a good shot on him. And it was a long track job, and I ended up finding him later in the day. But this is was not ideal. It's not how you want to go down. And this one was I think perfect. So I'm pretty happy.
Well, I just gave him a while and then snuck out of my tree stand. Unfortunately, it started raining, which is not good for tracking, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a very easy track job. I'm okay about that. So I hesitate to wait too long to lose blood, but I'd rather him just bed down and expire right there. So I'm just going to get out of here, grab a cup of coffee, give it some time, and hopefully come back and have a really short track job. We'll see.
Now we actually have a storm coming in. It was raining a little bit before, but a storm coming in later on, so I didn't want to wait too long. And I'm really confident in my shot. And I'm all by myself, so I'll be dragging him out on my own, but it's not too far. And just the opportunities that, I've been here and I've been seeing deer, and there's a lot of young bucks over here. This one today was the 4th buck I had seen, and the other 3 were all smaller than him. And he came into my rattling, and with a week left of the season and probably no time to hunt, I decided, hey, this deer's legal and gives me a really good opportunity, really good shot opportunity, I'm going to take it. I'm not going to take a long shot or an iffy shot, but if he gives me a really good opportunity, I'm going to take it. And I looked him up in the binos. I could see he's legal. I mean, just a perfect point-blank shot that I'm pretty sure I nailed it, which would be hard not to. So I made the choice to take him, and I'm happy, and we're going to have some meat in the freezer. Kind of fitting that we ate our last package of venison last night. So, all right, I'm going to start tracking them now. There's my tree stand, a double wide tree stand. This one's it's a great one. I like taking the boys here. It's easy to have them, really all 3 of us in there, but certainly 2 of us in there. It's close to home. It's a short walk from the car. So it's easy to hunt here, squirrel hunt here, but this would be the 3rd deer I've shot out of this stand in the past 2 years, I guess. The buck came from that direction right there and gave me probably 8-yard shot. The shot was right here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's hair right there. I don't see my arrow. Let's see. I'd love to find the arrow. And sort of your first indication of how your hit is. How does the arrow look? What's on the arrow? What kind of blood's on the arrow? I don't see it right here, but I know the path he went, and I can actually see the leaves turned up sort of where he was walking, so we'll follow that. We got first blood right here, just a few yards past the hit. See, there's a good amount of blood here. Okay. He's expired. I can see that he's right there. He only went, I don't know, 40 yards, maybe. Good shot. I can see the side that's sticking up. I guess is the exit. And I don't see the arrow, so I gotta look for this arrow somewhere. It's probably up there, buried in the ground. Let's go down here. It's a pretty steep hill right here. He was staggering right when I saw him here. He went down. But there's just blood actually coming out of both sides. So you can see the blood on this side here and over here. And I can see bubbles in it too, so it was a lung hit. Definitely got some lungs. You can see the little air bubbles in the blood. I'm gonna take the arrow off here. I know I'm not gonna need any more shots, and I'll walk down and show you the buck. Oh, I was just taking some pictures. I'll show you. Here he is. This is actually the exit. So this is the entrance over here. So just behind the shoulder, but it looks high, but I was up in the stand, pretty high up in the stand, and a close shot. So shooting, at a pretty steep angle. So came in high you don't want to hit too low on that angle. And you see it came out just right on this side. Say for sure, double lung. I know what's for dinner tonight. Tenderloins, baby. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to work for it. I'll have earned my tenderloins after getting him up this hill. Oh man. Certainly not a big, huge buck, but he's awesome. Would have been a nice deer next year. But he's got a good sized body. Really nice deer. And I'm just so thankful, and I just had a moment here. Thanked him, and so appreciative to even be able to hunt and to harvest my own meat. And I'm really thankful that the shot was perfect, and he expired in seconds. We're only we're not far from the stand at all, and he's right here, so just really happy. And I got a lot of work to do now, because he did go down this hill. I don't know if you can tell, the stand's right up there, but it's pretty steep. So I gotta get him cleaned up, and then I have to drag him up the hill. There's no other way to do it. So I'll be shedding some layers here in a second before I do that, but I'm gonna get him cleaned up first. So, Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's all just on the GoPro, so I have no idea how this is even going to look, how it's going to turn out. Hopefully the shot is cool. It was a close shot, so hopefully there's some good video of that. And then we're definitely going to make it a point to do more with cooking this season. So I'm going to show you all different kinds of venison preparations. We'll get this guy home and hung up and then butchered, and then we'll start. I'll start showing you some of the favorite venison dishes that I make. We didn't really do much of that at all last year. I think we did the tenderloin video, and I'm not sure of anything else. Mostly just trout stuff. So I promise I'm going to show you a whole bunch of cool venison dishes. Thanks a lot. If you're just watching this, like, this is kind of a how-to show, the Hudson Valley Forest, right? We're not professionals. We just love doing this stuff, and we're still learning. But if you like watching this and you think, oh, I could do that, I'd like to do that, do it. Get your hunting license, take the course, get your license, get out there. For anyone who already has done all that and you just haven't been out in a while, get out. You know, actually getting a deer is just a cherry on top of the experience. You know, getting out, being in the woods, enjoying Mother Nature is amazing. You know, it's so great. And when you actually have a day like today for me, where I'm so lucky and so fortunate to be able to harvest an animal, that just makes it that much better. But you don't need that to have it be a successful hunt. Get out there and do it for yourself. Bring the kids out, take them fishing, work up to hunting, take them squirrel hunting. Anyway, all right, enough chit chat. I really do have to get to work here. All right, so I almost got to the top of the hill, sort of like to the part that's going to be a little bit easier. And I came back down to get my pack and stuff. I needed to have as least amount of weight as possible heading up, but it's kicking my butt. I used to be in good shape, but I don't know if you can tell how steep the hill is. It's really steep. Well, all right. Oh, and I just fell completely on my butt heading back down the hill. Just walking down, taking my time. Stepped on a log that was rotten, full-on wipeout. One of those things you look around, you're like, did anyone see that? No, I'm by myself. I still felt pretty stupid, and it hurt. The bag here. That's heart and liver. We'll eat the heart, make like a heart roast. You can pretty much cook it like a steak if you want, or wrap it up, do it with like bacon and onions or whatever, anything. It's good. And then the liver for venison liverwurst, which is really good. Not out of the woods yet. Oh, getting close though. I'll be happy to be dragging it on flat ground, that's for sure. I have another few yards of the hill. Okay.